Greetings, folks. My name is Clarence A. Mason. My stage name is Mason Weaver. A lot of you know me by that name. I give speeches. I've written 16 books on different topics. And for a long time, most of my life, I've traveled and spoke on different venues. But I also have a little side business that I do, coaching on relationships, because I had a great marriage, a lot of experiences, and I want to share that with people. So on our site, coach.clarenceamason.com, we give advice, and you can sign up and you can contact me. We can talk about your issues and your problems. Today, I want to talk about a trend that I'm seeing that's really funny and tragic. Women all over the world now, all over America, are making this pronouncement: I don't need a man. That's funny. That's hilarious. I don't need a man. And explanations is just humorous. Because if you don't need a man, why would a man need you? If you don't need a man, what's the purpose of us being around? And what would be saying? They say, well, I got my education now, I got my degrees now, I got my job, I got my home, I pay for my own bills, I take myself to dinner, get my hair done, I go on vacation, all this stuff. So what you're saying is that before you had those things, you needed a man to give those things to you. So you're saying that the value of a man to you is his ability to pay your rent and pay your car and get your house cleaned and on vacation. That's what you're saying to us. And it's funny because we know that the value of a woman is much, much broader than that. So you're saying I don't need a man because I can take care of these things for me now. That's called being an adult, lady. That's called being an adult. An adult takes care of their bills. An adult takes care of their home, takes care of their clothing, it takes care of their vacation. That's an adult. What you're saying is that before you had those things, you were not an adult. That you were a child and you needed somebody to take care of you. And men are getting, let's be honest, men are getting a little frustrated with this contest. Because you only seem to have a problem with that man if he's your man. You don't seem to have a problem with the guy at work. You don't debate with the pastor, or you preached last time, I want to preach this time. You don't have any problems going to the restaurant and know who's in charge. When a cop stops you, you don't debate, but only with that relationship. So I'm just curious, ladies, if you don't need a man, why would a man need you? And let's talk about why you don't think you need a man. Think about this for a second. If you don't need a man, it's because men have made it safe for you now. You're safe now. 1,000 years ago, you would not have taken your little fine, pretty self out of the hut at night. You would not gone for a walk in the woods at night. You would not sit on a bus stop waiting for somebody to come out and pick you up at night. You were vulnerable from the animals to the bad dudes down the street. And your man, your daddy, your uncle, your lover, tamed the wild beasts, invented lights so you could see at night, protected you on patrol against a guy down the street that would take you when he wanted to because you wasn't really strong. And we have created an environment now where you can get up and go to work. And we made the work easier. I had my goddaughter, bless her heart. She's about 5'2", 120 pounds. And she bragged to me one day that I could drive an 18-wheeler, 80 tons, or 80,000 tons, across country. And I can back that big old truck into a Walmart parking space and unload it myself. I don't need a man. I said, bless your heart. Now that men have invented power steering and power brakes and automatic transmission and easy air cushion for the ride. If you think you don't need a man, if you think you're a strong woman, go buy a 1940 18-wheeler. With manual steering, manual brake control, and gear shift. And let that show you what it is that men did for you before we made things easier for you to join and enjoy life. You do need a man, ladies. And I don't know what this is that you take pride in the notion you don't need a man. Because if you don't need us, we don't need you. And if we don't need you, you're vulnerable. See, I don't need a woman for protection. I don't need a woman for wisdom. I do not need a woman for strength. I don't need a woman for courage. So if you don't need me, what do I need from you? So I'm asking you ladies a question. You can contact me on coach.clarenceamason.com. I may post this video on that site. We don't do a lot of videos there. I do private counseling. And you can set up a time to speak to me. But the idea, what's the difference, lady? I'm going to end with this. What's the difference between you as a woman and my mother, and my sister, and my cousin, and my niece? What's the difference? If I want to go dancing, my mother loves to dance. If I want to go on a trip, my sister would love to go on a trip. I'll take my mother all over this country. If I want to dance, I got nieces that love to dance. But I don't have to pay their rent. I don't have to get the car fixed. So ladies, tell me, what is, if what's the difference between you and the females in my family? Yeah, that's why we need each other. That difference is why we need each other. So I don't know why you ladies are in rebellion. I'm sorry if somebody broke your heart 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I'm sorry you feel that way, but you do need a man. And we do need you. And we need to have a conversation on that, because that is tearing our country apart. See, if you're strong, ladies, and I'm strong, so we're both strong, we're both brave, we're both capable, so we go face the danger together, that means our children will become orphans. You die and I die, and our kids become orphans. And right now, our kids are orphans because women are taking the roles on. They strong and they got a job, they got education, and now we got public schools raising our kids for us. We got entertainers and singers on stage raising our kids for us. We have TV telling our kids what their values are because mom and dad are busy being independent and taking care of their business. Ladies, you do need a man. And a man does need you. Stay right or be left. We're going to get out of here and go to freedom.